We Are Error.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the We Are Error podcast. This is Duck. I am here with
Jake
and Javi. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. What is the We Are Error podcast? I don't even think I've done this intro in a while. What is the podcast of the
podcast
that
we're doing at the moment?
It's the We Are Error podcast.
We talk about whatever the fuck we want.
We're here with Duck, Jake, and Javi.
Movie, pop culture,
Pretty much whatever the fuck we want.
Pringles.
To talk
We
about.
talking about pretzels,
I'm trying to turn somebody down
pineapples,
here.
pirate run.
And today we are going to talk about the whatever the fuck we want to talk about.
It's the whatevs podcast.
It's the whatevs pods. Y'all, I am burnt out on Marvel movies. I am burnt out on movies in general.
Well, just talking about them and everything else. I mean, we had to address one, but
at this point, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready for the next thing, which will be Star Wars eventually. But right now, I just need to mellow.
Yeah.
No research, no thinking, just story time with my friends.
That's exactly how I felt about it. Javi and I have been talking. We've been watching it daily, pretty much. Like it's playing in the background. It's background noise. And if I stop to see one of the scenes I like, which is most of them, so I end up watching it.
Every 5 minutes, it's like, stop it, rewind it.
Like, hey, shut up, cat. He's got the hammer.
Dude, can't you see? Can't you see the hammer?
Oh, that's why you're meowing.
Oh, he's asking for Mew Mew.
Yeah. Mew. But yeah, I agree. I'm a little zapped. Well, we researched it so intensively before we did all this. We had to watch all the MCUs. We were already watching them before we decided to tackle the subject. Yes, I love it. It's the greatest thing ever right now.
Fuck it. We're moving on until the next round.
Until Spider-Man. Yeah, exactly.
But we're going to just kind of talk about us by just talking about weird things, and hopefully good things will happen. And Javi's already looking like he's going to fall over and nothing's going to happen. So
he's wearing his Mario hat. He's going to be fine.
Mario hat.
Speaking of Mario, Javi, whenever he comes over now, he cuddles the Mario plush that's on the couch. He's basically made Mario his bitch whenever he comes over.
Fuck yeah, I do.
Like even right now, you're using him as like an armrest.
It's because he ain't all up in my grip like a little chick.
Okay, so I got a question.
I'm a mother hen.
Have either of you guys ever had to go to community service?
Yes.
So have either of you ever had to go to community service?
I didn't follow through on it, so...
Okay.
Joke's on them.
That was part of my probation that I was just on. I had to do community service, like 20 hours, had to go to a drug offender education program. But I didn't do my probation, and also I failed my piss tests.
Wait, tell the story about when you came out, and you had to do the piss test, and you came out to the car and saw your dad.
Oh, yeah, that was brutal.
You don't have to tell it if you don't want to, but it was hilarious.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I tried. Thank you. So, yeah, didn't have a ride out to go give my UA, sitting in the car, getting a lecture from my dad, like, Jake, I just want you to do right, like, if you want to fucking do whatever, go to Colorado, go to California. Yeah, I get it. That's easier said than done. I'm sorry. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not trying to hurt you. Thank you for helping me out. Just, can we go there without talking about this, please? Go inside. I drank some detox earlier that morning.
So you were dirty.
Oh, yeah.
You knew you were dirty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it's so stupid. Why do I have to stop? It's so goddamn dumb. Yeah. I go in there, but I drank some detox, and it works like maybe 3 out of 5 times.
Right, some Drano.
This is one of the 4th or 5th times.
Yeah.
It did not work. They're like, oh, you pissed hot. They don't do anything to you there. They can't, like, lock you up or anything like that. It's just like, okay, here's your thing, and go enjoy your shitty life. Like, so you just, you take your little... your stub that they give you, I guess, and
it's like
I had to walk out to the car to see my dad out there, and he's like, hey, how's it go? Oh, man, everything went great. Yeah. Oh, man, I pissed like a champ. Like, did you pass your drug test? Of course I did. I studied all night. Crammed, actually. Yeah, I passed it with flying colors.
Yeah. Wait, so you sat down in the car, and you were just like, Mondays, right?
Yeah. Pretty much. I didn't tell them that I failed at that point. I waited until they revoked my probation to tell them that I failed all these piss tests. But they put me back on it. I'll be off in September, and I don't have to do community service.
Fuck yeah. So you
4 months.
So you've never had to do community service at all.
I had to.
Okay,
I didn't.
Okay, so you got away with not doing the community service. What's up?
I didn't get away with shit. They fucking re-got me again.
Have you ever had to do community service?
I've never been arrested.
You've never been arrested?
Never been arrested.
I hope you never are.
Bitch.
I hope so.
Just playing. Please don't
Yeah,
ever. It's
don't
the
ever
worst
do it.
experience
I
ever.
The
believe
second
that.
you see the lights come on, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, especially if you know that you're getting arrested on top of that.
Because
That's
literally,
the worst.
when I got arrested, when I saw the lights, I was like, I'm going to jail.
That's what you say every time if you have a warrant or anything like
dude,
that.
it's just like,
it's
I'm
just
going to
automatically your inspection and registration are both out. Going to jail.
There's a weird acceptance that kicks in. You're just like, fuck,
Yeah,
I'm in jail.
yeah, exactly. You're nervous about it. You're like, fuck, I see that cop,
And then you're like,
and then all of a sudden you pass it, and then whoop, and you're like, oh, okay, well there goes the anxiety.
Yeah.
Well,
now it's acceptance automatically.
immediately.
cops have a tendency to laugh at me, so I think I like.
What are you doing? Doing like juggling?
Seriously,
I swear to God,
Laurel and Hardying him like.
There have been a few. I actually went like a good part of last year with a few warrants on me, just because I don't pay parking tickets and shit, and I would get pulled over.
Like, you have warrants for parking tickets?
No, not like traffic tickets, like speeding tickets, and I forgot to pay it. So
Okay.
I went to warrant, and I got pulled over.
Who
Like,
is this warrant? Why is he? I warrant and I have these.
a warrant was put out for my arrest.
Oh, I thought you meant he had to pay your parking
Yeah.
tickets.
No.
You guys gotta find warrant. He's
But,
got my money.
Well, yeah, cops just always like. I always have like a way of like accidentally falling ass back into like charming my way out of like tickets and situations.
Did you suck off a cop?
No, I remember the first time I got pulled
Is
over.
that how you made him laugh? Also,
I got pulled over in the state of Texas.
called out a
yeah. All right, I'm gonna write you a ticket for being a loser.
I was married at the time, and I've never been pulled over before. I was married at the time, and my ex was, "God damn it, Jay, you're doing 80 and a 60." I was like, "Fuck!" And then you could get arrested by going 20 over.
Was it in Texas?
It was in Texas.
Oh, well, that's normal. 80 and a 60. That's the.
Well, I got
rough lane.
pulled over for it, and
Pretty sure that's in the manual. You're supposed to do
Yeah,
that.
like
Autumn's
shit.
like, they could like technically arrest you for going 20 over, which I was. And the way I pulled over like I was hugging the shoulder line that leads to the road because I wanted to like leave enough space for the cop to walk. I was just being courteous.
In my mind, this is all building up to that subpar blowjob you get.
Yeah, my buddy back here had a good chuckle.
I just imagine, like, you pull it over and you're like, I don't want to leave a lot of space because I don't want anyone to see this terrible blowjob I'm about to give. Like, honey, what are the tricks again? Work the shaft, fondle the balls. So anyhow, so you pull over, not leaving much
He comes
space.
walking up and he goes,
He saunters up, zip!
he just comes over and he's like, have you ever been pulled over before? And he's just looking at my atrocious pullover job. He goes,
Whoa. What?
He just looks over how badly I pulled over.
Oh,
and I tell him, no, I just want you to just leave enough room to walk. And he goes, as you can see, I got enough room. And he does like a whole like ballerina spin. I got enough room here.
Oh my god,
And
he's
he
putting
just
on
like
a show.
starts laughing at me. He was like rattling off all this shit. He's like, oh, you're driving with no insurance. You have no ID. And whatever ID you did, show me have the wrong address.
How is that illegal?
Did you get pulled over by Lieutenant Dangle or something?
I don't know, but it was just fucking weird. Like, and then he was like, "You're going 20 over," and like, and Autumn, I could just feel Autumn's like just staring death at me at this point. And he looks at her.
She
he
got
goes,
Superman laser eyes.
Maybe,
pretty much.
Maybe she was like on the back. She was like, "He will blow you."
It's like, all right,
That could have been it, but Autumn's like, as this guy is just
get me off.
reading this shit, he's just laughing his ass off at me. And he goes, "I tell you what, I'm just gonna let you go with a warning." And the whole time he's just like fucking laughing at me. This whole time I was like, "Okay, you can laugh at me all you want. Just don't give me a ticket, please."
Yeah.
But yeah, I got something for that. And then this last one I had to pay like $500 for my warrant that I had out. I go up to the first cop I see. He's like, "Oh, excuse me, where can I go to pay a warrant?" And he just looks at me like,
You're under arrest.
Yeah.
"How have you fucking lived for as long as you have?"
He's like, "Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Is your name-
It's your lucky day. Click, clack. That would have happened to me 1,000% if I were like in the courthouse looking for him like this. Be like, yeah, we got this scumbag here.
He's just giving himself
Yeah,
in."
he's like, I got a warrant I want to pay.
So what he
Easy
saying?
pride.
He just gave me a look like, "Oh my god, how the fuck have you lived for as long as you have?" And then he just like, "Oh god." Yeah, you just go over there right on the corner.
Right there where it says warrant payments.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I just had to go see the clerk.
Did you blow the clerk?
No, I didn't.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, it's Tuesday. If you did, it's fine.
Yes, yes, Clerk Kent, I would like to pay my warrant.
So I had to do community service, and it was a real ordeal. Like, I had to go through Fort Worth, and, like, you have to show up at a certain time. You have to go through the metal detector to make sure you have nothing on you. You have to not have any cigarettes. You can't even take your wallet.
Where did you go? Where did they make you go?
Fort Worth, north of Fort
Like,
Worth.
but I'm saying, like, did they make you do, like, road pickup, like,
Well, they
trash
made you
shit?
do all those. I had to do road pickup. I had to.
So they made you go there. You didn't get to choose where you
go
went
there,
to.
and
You
then
didn't get to choose where you went to community service.
Exactly. They divvy you out once you get there. So you only have
Okay.
to do so many hours. Or days, I guess it was for them. I think I had to do 7 days, and you can do, like, 1 day a week. But if you missed a week, you were in trouble.
I was given an option of places that I can choose from.
No, because once you get there, they divvy it out. So I did road work, cleaning up the side of that twice. I did recycling through the code a couple times, I think twice. I cleaned the courthouse over in Fort Worth by where the Hyenas is over there. The courthouse is by that, like a block down the road.
They made you do all this for putting scrolls in your pants for gambling purposes.
Yes.
Are you
Every
serious?
That is insane.
Yes. You know what I got arrested for?
No.
I was prostituting.
With squirrels?
He was like
Now makes a lot of
motherfucking Lou
sense.
Reed.
Listen, you
So
never
it's
saw
like
me
Squirrely
with
Dan.
a shitty pink
Maybe
wig
fucking
and some
fun.
lipstick on, dude. I could sell.
Actually, he probably did see you.
He was like, actually, when he
You're
was
the tranny blowjob, bro! It's a full circle!
That was you?
Hey, I didn't want to tell you. Didn't want to ruin it for you.
Yeah, man.
I remembered you well.
I bet you did.
Well, fuck you guys. I'm Batman. I just put that shit together.
We were just watching through the window.
Yeah.
Nice
I was
blowjob.
being a detective. I just put that together.
But the most fucked up one for the community service was I had to go to the prison, and you have to wipe down the phones in the windows after everybody talks on them. So you literally have to walk around with a spray bottle and watch these people walk up behind it and go, and they're talking like they're like giving away their life story. Like, I miss you so much, Mama. When I get out, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, I killed that motherfucker,
Yeah.
but listen what happened.
And then you just hear in the back. And it's for like hours you have to do this. And it was so fucked up. That day I was just like, so happy I didn't go to prison.
You know, like the fucking ball boys on the tennis courts like that have to stand like still until something like happens. They have to run up and go just clean it up right away.
Exactly. What's even worse, the worst one I had to do, it actually blocked out of my mind until now. They have a car wash, and you have to wash the cop cars when they come in, and the ambulances and stuff.
Do you have to wear
they
like
make-
slutty clothes?
They make
while
you
you're
wear a
doing-
two-piece. And they roll up, and you're like, woo! And I put back, welcome to the community service car wash. And then all of a sudden,
Everybody say another car wash.
yeah, that was pretty bad.
Oh, well, that sounds like fun community service.
All right, so I want to move on to my next. Have you ever? I guess that's what we'll call this. Have you ever?
Have you ever?
Have you ever skipped school?
Oh, man.
And what did you do when you skipped school?
I got like a fucking straight A in skipping school.
Wait, what?
That was my favorite fucking semester.
So you passed?
Oh, yeah. No, so like, here's the deal.
What crazy adventures did you go on?
Well, okay, so junior year, skipping baseball practice, we broke into... Okay, so like, here's the deal.
All right, set this up.
I was on a varsity baseball team, and a group of my buddies who were seniors all had a party the weekend prior to the day that we were supposed to go to baseball practice. We're like, hey, we're skipping, we're going over here, we're getting a bottle. So we were supposed to go pick up a bottle of Bacardi. I was like 17 at this time.
Fuck it.
We go over to our buddy's house who had the bottle where they had the party this last weekend. He lived there with his brother. So he was like a 17, 18-year-old living with a 23-year-old. So he was like, I'm still going to high school, but I'm living on my own. There's like 6 or 7 of us all together at the varsity baseball squad, and they decided, hey, Jake, you're the youngest and the littlest, go in there and grab the bottle out of the bedroom because we couldn't get into his place. He's like, hey, the guy who we were going to, he was at a different lunch period, but he's like, hey, if you want to go to the house, grab the bottle, it's fine.
Oh, shit.
So we go over there, and where he told us to go in, the window was locked. Or the door was locked, the back door was locked. They found a window opening that I was able to climb through. I grabbed the bottle, came out. Well, as I was coming out, we're all standing around, and this is in an apartment complex. Like, so it's kind of like your back patio here where there's bushes, but then there's parking spaces also where you can overlook and oversee everything.
Right.
So I'm coming out of that, and his brother drives by, and none of us notice him. And he's like, oh, fuck, these fucking kids are breaking into my fucking house or whatever.
Oh, no.
He didn't put two and two together that we're all wearing fucking Letterman jackets that say his brother's baseball team on there.
Right.
Calls the cops. They come up to the school. They interrogate the ringleaders of our group, like the two fucking baseball captains. I get pulled out of class. I had a really good relationship with my principal because I was an office aide, even though I was a fucking degenerate. But I skipped a lot of fucking class, and my teachers would mark me present because I had good grades. I get back to school, and I'm actually on office aide hall monitor thing where I'm like dropping off notes to teachers for like to pull students out of class. You know, I'm sure everybody had this office aide period in their schools, right? Like you can elect for it. Well, it's a whole period dedicated to you hang out with the vice principal. They write out, like, excuse notes, and you have to go pull children out of the class. Like, if a fucking teacher...
It sounds really salacious, the way you just put it. Like,
yeah.
like dirty.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the way I view it. I was like, oh, you're in trouble. Not really.
Wait, did you ever do that? Did you ever pull any of the girls out, like the hottest girl in the class?
God
like,
damn, man. Now you're fucking making me wish I would have. No, honestly, I never thought about that. No, I was real fucking, like, kind of timid. Like, I didn't become, like, coming to my own until, like, senior year. Like, until I fucking decided who the fuck I am. And then I just grown on that person. Yeah, I could have, but I didn't. My dad was a fucking DEA agent at this time. Like, I was pretty straight-laced. I mean, even though I wasn't, I smoked pot the first time whenever I was 10. Either way, I'm getting off track here.
It's fine. Back to you had a good relationship with your principal.
Had a good relationship with my principal. He took my teammates out of their classes, and I was on office aide at this time, walking through the hallways, and I see them pulled out of class, like, in certain hallways, talking to different vice principals and principals and shit. And I'm like, fuck, I knew that they were caught, or we were caught. I'm the one who fucking even broke into the goddamn house and fucking stole the goddamn bottle. They all pulled them out, and they didn't say shit, peep about me. They fucking kept it quiet. I mean, I got talked to because they knew that I was in the group, like, eventually. But my principal started crying. He's like, you know what, Jake, I love you. Like, why are you doing this?
Holy shit.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Damn. Oh, man, I'm sorry. Like, I'll be better. So the next year...
God damn, dude.
So the next year, I only had, like, 2 periods a day. Like, I was so far ahead in credits. Like, so, like, we had 4 period days. We had A day, B day. And if you finish your credits before then, you could take an elective to have early off in the morning and early release. So I only had 2 periods a fucking day my senior year. But even on top of that,
the time?
Slept, fucking hung out, played pool. Played pool mostly. I've been Rusty's. Played a lot of fucking pool up at Rusty's.
So you could just leave school and then go down
pretty
to
much.
Rusty's.
And also, I turned 18 whenever my senior year started, like literally a month after my senior year started. Damn. And I could sign myself out if I want to leave. Like, I'm not feeling good. And they're like, well, you can't do shit. I'm fucking 18.
Yeah.
Gone.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I could never do anything like that. So what ended up happening with the bottle? You didn't get in trouble for any of that?
No. The seniors took the brunt of all of it, honestly. One of my best friends at the time was a senior. He was threatened, like, there's a possibility you might not walk the stage for your graduation. And it was close to the end of the year. Like, it was literally, like, 2 weeks until graduation. And there was this whole fucking up in the air thing, like, if they're going to let them walk or not. Like, it was fucking insane.
So, Hobbs, did you ever skip school?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, tell a story about the time you skipped school.
All right, it was like just back in Jersey, pretty much. It was 5th grade, Perth boy. I would skip school a lot. Like, I was just, like, done with it. I was like, I'm not going to go. My grades were fine, though. And we lived on 199 Smith Street. And Smith Street was the main street in Perth boy. And you just have to walk, like, about 12 blocks to the waterfront, where they had, like, an arcade with fucking skee-ball and all that shit.
Damn.
So that would pretty much be me skipping school.
So you go down to the arcade and the skee-ball and all that stuff, and what'd you get the money for it?
It was quarters, man.
Blowing cops.
Oh my! Why am I blowing everybody?
Where was this at?
Perth Amboy. Water. It almost became the nation's capital.
Really?
Because it was like
because of the ski ball?
No.
That's awesome.
It was because it was a major port used in World War II. So it was like, oh.
So any good stories down there? Did you ever win like a big teddy bear? Did you ever get blown by a cop?
I was terrible.
You ever get harassed by a sailor?
Yeah. Did you ever show up and go, hey there, Javi?
Oh my god, I was like fucking 11.
All right. Well, did anything cool ever happen when you skipped school? Did you ever get in trouble? Did you ever get caught?
Like
I did get caught. I did see like a few substitute teachers where they didn't care.
Were they playing skee ball?
No, they were just there.
Is it like the
they would make
boardwalk?
eye contact and just like.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I went to school in the inner city. These teachers were fucking burned out and already done. I was like, I don't care about your future.
Not my kid, no.
Don't even give a shit. Look at this guy.
Care.
Why does he sound like Watto from...
Yeah, I know.
Little Annie, why are you skipping school? I really don't... I mean, Jake, you take the cake with that story. That was fucking awesome. I skipped school all the time because I had a bad leg. I just didn't want to go to school. To the point where they were pretty much like, you're not going to go walk, you're not going to graduate because you skipped so much school. And I was like, I've got a doctor's excuse for my senior year. I had a total hip replacement. How are you going to say that? But the first time I skipped school, mind you, I live out in the country in the middle of nowhere, Hillbilly, Pennsylvania. And, you know, my class, maybe 70 people in my class, okay? High school, it was 7th grade through 12th grade, maybe 400 students in the whole school. Small town. And me and my brother one day, once he got his car, we were driving to school. He's like, "You really want to go to school?" I was like, "Fuck no. I don't want to go to school." He's like, "Me either. We're skipping." So next thing I know, we're just chilling on a back road. I swear to God, if you say it blew my brother. I knew that's where I was coming. But we're chilling on a back road, and we're just listening to Howard Stern all day. But every time we see a fucking car drive by, we're like, "That's them. They're looking for us." We got so annoyed. It's ridiculous. Now if I went back, I'd just do whatever the fuck I wanted. Like no one's gonna...
No one cares.
No one gives a shit.
I mean, yeah, to an extent they do. They're like, you're supposed to be in school right now. That was a different time, though, whenever we were growing up, and they really did look for that shit.
Yeah, they did.
I'm sorry, I got a couple more.
No, go for it.
Fry's, over here off of Matlock and 20.
Yeah.
Used to be a place called Incredible Universe, whenever it first opened up.
It's like a comic book store.
It was still an electronics store, but it was like a way better version of Best Buy. And Best Buy was like a hot ticket at the time. This massive fucking Sam's Walmart version of fucking Best Buy at this time. I was 12 or 13, and my oldest brother was living at home at the time with his girlfriend and shit. And it was raining, it was pouring down that day. I faked sick so I could stay home because I knew that they were fucking going up to Incredible Universe.
Wait. So you fake being sick just so you go over to the electronics store?
Yes.
What were you trying to get?
So at that time they had the fucking Atari Jaguar.
Yes,
I was playing
you've
that.
Told us this
yes,
story.
I was playing that up there. Like they had so many fucking at the time cutting edge. Laser technology, holograms, the spinning fucking holographics and shit.
That shit was the shit though. We're in the future. I haven't seen one of those in 15 years. I don't think.
We had to. My older brother, he drove us back, and it was right down the street from us because that's where I buy Highlands, and I lived right in front of Workman Junior High over there. There's a little cul-de-sac. It's right there by all that shit. So we had to rush back home to beat my mom home. It's pouring down fucking rain. And as soon as I got home, I remember DuckTales was coming on.
Woohoo!
Yep. And my mom was pulling up in the driveway, and my brother's like, "Hey, you want to go ride bikes?" Because we're both way into BMX. And we were just riding around in the rain after that. But that was one of the funnest days ever. It was one of the first days I intentionally skipped school.
Best day ever, too.
Yeah.
It's weird how
was great.
You can have those perfect days where nothing happens, but it's still the perfect fucking
No
day.
Repercussions for you fucking doing something you probably shouldn't.
Yeah. Just I remember one time I was at home by myself, jerked off 5 times. Perfect day.
Yeah. No. Hey, that's me every other day.
No, it was I think I exercised. I was probably 15, 16. I exercised. I jumped in the trampoline, did a cartwheel or something like that. And I was just like, yeah, this is a great fucking day.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget thinking this is the perfect day.
Right.
This is
it's you time. You can do whatever you want because you're not
and not stressed,
to
have any bills to pay, didn't have to worry about that. Not worry
especially
about my
at the
future.
time, your biggest concern is school.
Yeah.
And keeping your parents happy, doing what
Exactly.
you had to do. But then the times where you can take away from that on a time when you know that you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing, it makes it so much better whenever you get away with it. It's like, oh,
So good.
sweet release.
I was just like, oh, perfect. What I wanted to talk about is the first time you found a pornographic image or video or anything pornographic. What was that experience like? Javi, you go first.
Picture it.
Okay.
4th grade.
4th grade.
My Uncle Marty's living with us at the time.
Oh, God, bad start.
And I knew that this guy had dirty magazines under his...
Was he like
under his
announcing it
mattress.
as he was coming through?
Huh?
I got the hustler.
No.
It's Uncle Marty with his dirty magazines coming in, kid.
Javi, come and look at these titties. Woo!
And this is a tribute to my love for the older women, because my first porno magazine that I saw was called, I think it was like Matures Over 40. Like, these are like super busty older broads. And I was like, oh my God.
Sagging and lagging.
I was like,
No.
damn, these women
I
are
like
fucking
that.
hot.
I like that vintage porn, though.
Yeah, they're like vintage things. They're just like a burly woman.
With the stretch marks and everything
A
showing.
little, yeah.
No. Back then, man, they modeled themselves to look that way. Like, it's different. Like, we all have a body type. You can tell a difference from the 70s to the 80s to the 90s, how these
Agreed.
girls fucking...
Agreed, and the 90s is where it's at, because that's where I
I
first
love the
saw my porn.
70s and 80s body types, honestly.
So Marty,
All right,
coming in with his bag of porn.
I'm like, yeah, I remember I saw that. And then, you know how I like to go through drawers? That's always been a thing for me.
Yeah.
Like-
Javi does like to go through drawers. When he sits here, he goes through my drawers on my coffee table. I don't know why.
So I was like, I haven't seen my baseball cards in
Stop
5
leaving
years.
your underwear
Let
on
me
the
look
coffee
through this
table.
drawer that used to be mine that is not my Uncle Marty's. And I found this videotape.
Okay. Was it marked? Did it say anything?
It was like an actual porno tape.
Okay.
And it said, big tits and monster clits.
Whoa.
I thought it was a
He was
horror
into
movie.
some weird shit.
Because I remember thinking, like, what the fuck is a clit?
Do
They
people like
misspelled
monster
it.
clits?
No, I was with the girl with the monster.
Yeah.
Clitora.
Yeah, it makes me feel like...
China's vagina, dude.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So
And
these monster
I,
tits.
I was like, big tits and monster clips. They misspelled the clips. I thought it was like a creep show where it's gonna be like a series of vignettes and monster clips. Like, what the fuck is a clip? I think they misspelled it. They missed the B. And I wrote just like.
Then why would it say big tits before it?
I thought it was like one of them like horror Skinamax movies or some shit like that. It's like, oh, this is fucking stupid. So I hit play. And it was like, fucking. It starts off like this guy just like end of a scene. He's jerking over these two chicks' tits. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is this piss white?
Right.
And I
That was
remember
the first time I saw like actual comments. Like, what is that? What is he doing?
All right. So
And then,
wait, real quick on that. Like, is that really like the first time
Yeah.
you saw it? You were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I had no idea.
You're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay, so was that the first experience you ever had with a
I was
porno
like
too?
9 or 10 whenever I was watching my first like full hardcore penetration porno.
But you'd seen stuff before that.
Yeah, like I said, my brothers are 9 and 7 years older than me,
So they would just be like Jake titties, and you were like
yeah,
sucking
mom and
on a
dad would be
binky.
gone, and they had to fucking babysit me, and I was an asshole, and I wouldn't fucking listen to it. I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna do whatever.
And so they bring you,
I
like-
grew up faster than I should have because of my.
Would
older
they chase you with
brothers.
like porno mags or something though?
No,
Or they were
Why
just
would
like,
they chase
look
me
at
with that? I
this.
was like, yeah, give me that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
they didn't do that. They'd be like, no, you can't look at this. I'm like, let me see that.
yeah.
Like,
No. I will sit down and behave.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why is this doing that right
But
now?
seriously, was that your first interaction with porn? Was like somebody just handed it to you and said, "Shut up, sit in the
No.
corner."
My brother's thinking that I was asleep watching Skinamax. I was like, oh, I'm not asleep.
Red Shoe
at all.
Diaries.
This is way
Poison Ivy?
This is way before that, dude. This is like 87, 88.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
way before that. I
So-
was like 5, 6 years old.
Damn. So did it have an effect on you later, or were you
Yeah,
just kind of like?
I love porn. I love watching people getting fucked. What do you mean?
All right. So the
I
first time.
jerked off 8 times in one day. What do you mean it doesn't have an effect on me? Fuck you! You ruined my life! Hey, my brothers!
Oh shit!
Why is my penis hard? Why is my DD? Why my pee-pee go poke poke?
So, yeah, that is young. Damn. So the first time, I think I was 9. The first time I saw a porno mag, and we were at, my aunt owned a restaurant / hotel. Okay, so we were up there. The first floor was a bar and a restaurant, and then the second floor was all the apartments and stuff. So they lived on the second floor, and we're up there watching a floor model TV, watching like Snick. So we're just watching cartoons, or we're watching all that, or who knows. And my brother Matt, he goes, "Hey, come here." I was just like, "What the? Okay." He's like, "No, follow me." I was like, "Okay." And we go back into the bathroom, and he goes to the laundry basket, pulls like a towel off the top, just drops it real dramatically to the side, and he goes, "Look at that." And I was like, "Okay." And I walked over, and instantly it was, bing! Just saw the cover. I was just like, and I was so embarrassed. I didn't know what was going on. I'm trying to hide it, and I'm just like, bing. And he's like, "I'll give you a minute." He left the room, and I was just like, "Oh, what am I supposed to do?"
Was your first one painful?
Yes, very painful, super painful. I would not even lie. No, that wasn't my first.
Not
but
even
like
you,
first,
but it's like first time going up. I remember
but I couldn't stop going back and looking at that magazine all night long. It was one of those unspoken things. Like one of us would come back out, like after it was like, oh, and then we'd sit down, and the other one would like walk up, go back there for a couple minutes, come back, and then we just like it was like a tag, and it's like your turn. And like we rotated, and I couldn't get enough of it. All I wanted to do was look at that fucking dirty magazine.
Bro.
Like, it was amazing. So anyhow, what were you saying about your painful boner?
When I first saw the porn, I think that was my first time like really noticing that I got a boner.
Yeah.
Like everything was just aching. I was just like, I'm about to be fucking sick.
On The Devil Wears Prada?
What was it? Is that what you were watching?
No, the Big Tits and Monster Clips movie.
Oh, okay. All
Monster
right.
Clips?
Clitora. So,
Oh.
so did you...
No, I didn't do that till like a week later. When I said, that was really hard. Maybe I'm supposed to play with it.
Right. You don't know what to do at first. You're like, what is this? Like, maybe if I just touch it, rub it, or
like
something.
That.
And then
I
it's
would
like,
like do that to it. Like I would mush it too. I would just try anything, and then finally, I noticed that like when I went like that, it felt really good.
Wait, when you dived in your hand like a 1970s...
Like, I really like the
you
swiping
swiped
motion.
it?
Yeah.
And that's how you found out, to this day, you like to swipe it?
for me, it was rubbing it with a flat palm. Like while washing. I was like 12 or 13. Like, why does this feel so
now,
good?
Did you feel shame at all, or were you just like, no, this is what happened?
No, I was like, I want to do this again because this is amazing.
Did
the first time I went off, I thought I was going to fucking die. I was like...
All right, no, I have to put it in.
Yeah. You're fine, I don't care. But I thought I was going to die.
Explain, please. Why was your mindset, I'm going to die? Here's my fucked up point of view. Why? Why did you think you were going to die?
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Did my life work out?
Javi, please explain.
I'm trying.
Oh my God. I was not expecting you to say that. Oh shit. Okay. Javi.
Yes.
The first time you ejaculated, why did you think you were going to die?
Alright.
Oh my God.
Even as a young child, I was a hypochondriac. Like the first time I went off, like I got this massive head rush. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And like I tensed up, and I seized. I was like, "I'm about to fucking die. This is an aneurysm."
Oh my God.
But I noticed my pants were wet afterwards. Like, oh, what the fuck is that?
God, that's a mess.
It's just like I kept checking my pulse for like an hour after.
How old were you? Like 17?
Yeah.
28?
How did you have like the equipment to check your pulse too?
I went like that.
It was carotid, but still. How old were you that you knew to fucking check your pulse at that point?
I was fucking 11. I was a very
You were
big
fucking
hypochondriac.
11 what?
I was 11 years old. I was just always checking my pulse to make sure I wasn't dying.
Oh, that might have been my favorite thing that's been said this whole time.
That was good.
We're going to actually stop on that because that was probably the best laugh I've had all fucking week long. That made my day. On that's ridiculous and hysterical. So I'm going to close this out. This has been Duck. I've been here with
Jake.
and thank you so much for listening, and stay tuned for the next one.
Still alive.
Oh my God, Harvey.